All right, guys, welcome back, Bear Down, and as always, thanks for tuning in. If you don't mind hitting the like button, subscribing, I appreciate it. There's going to be some good stuff in this video that I haven't brought out before, and it's honestly going to make this division really, really tough. The NFC North is absolutely going to be a problem this year. For those who don't know, this is the standings right now, and look at the numbers on the left. So even though you see the Seahawks at 4, the number 4, that means they're the 4 seed right now in the playoffs for the NFC. They are leading their division at 4-3. So the Eagles would be bumped out, and you would have the Lions at 1, the Vikings at 5, Commanders at 2, Packers at 6, Bucks at 3, Bears at 7, Seahawks at 4. That's the NFC division or conference as a whole right now has the playoff stand. All 4 teams from the NFC North would be in the playoffs if the season ended today. It's never happened, where an entire division made the playoffs. But the Bears at 4-2 are in last place in the NFC North, which is crazy. 4-0 at home, 0-2 on the road, looking to improve that this week as they go against the Commanders, who are 3-0 at home. So something's got to give there. Or it doesn't, and the Bears are going to lose to the Commanders. So that's going to be a tough game. But as it stands right now, the NFC North is the toughest division in all of football. But I want to point something out here that's changing in the North and makes it really hard, and that's the quarterback play. So those who have tuned into this channel for a long time know that I like to really rag on Jordan Love because of how poor of a passer he is, how terrible he is. He leads the league in interceptions this year, but there's one significant difference between this year and last year. His accuracy is improving. And that's scary for the entire NFC North because with their defense combined right now, so I don't point this out in the video, but right now the defense as a whole, the Lions are number 1, the Bears are number 4, the Vikings are number 9, and the Packers are number 16. So almost all in the top half. I mean, 1 through 16 is the top half, so I guess they all are. Every NFC North team is in the top half of the league for defense. That's going to win you championships when you have an offense that can click as well. And all these teams are showing their offenses are starting to click. So I'm going to show here, this is what I judge my quarterbacks on. If you haven't been reading that while it's been going on, I'm just going to adjusted completion percentage. This is basically accuracy, how accurate a quarterback is. NFL passer rating, that's how they calculate how effective and efficient a quarterback is. It combines completions, yards, touchdowns, interceptions, everything combined to give them a grade. A league high is 158.3. That's the highest you can do, and 0 is the absolute worst. Say you went out 5 times and you threw 5 terrible balls, 5 interceptions. That would be a 0. Turnover-worthy plays, that's just how high of a percentage of a chance they are to be intercepted or a poor job of just taking care of the ball when they're running as well. So just turnover-worthy plays that they had. And then fourth quarter drive, this is something that I created. Drives resulting in the fourth quarter when the play is most critical, when the game is on the line. And I've changed my grading a little bit from last year because the big thing is whether it's a missed field goal or a made field goal, the quarterback still did their job in getting in field goal range. So I give +2 on both of those. I used to give a +1 for a missed field goal. I don't do that anymore. So there's positive for touchdowns and field goal attempts. Turnovers on down, negative. Punt, -1, only -1 because a punt isn't any worse than a turnover on downs. You just didn't get the job done. And a touchdown is +3. So that's where I have this. Let's look at this. This is what I want to show. The improvement of week 1 through 4 and week 5 through 7 by all the quarterbacks in this division. So here's Jared Goff, 74.6. You can read through all these. I'm not going to read every one of them, but I've got from left to right. They're adjusted. So their accuracy, their adjusted completion percentage, then their NFL passer rating, then their turnover-worthy plays. And you want that to be right around 3.5-ish. I mean, that's kind of where you want the average to be. For your quarterback, no higher than that. Some of them get up to 5. You don't want to see up to 5. Fourth quarter rating, and one of the big things is Jordan Love this year, he was one of the worst in the league last year as his first year of a starter and in college in his fourth quarter efficiency. And through the first 4 weeks, and really that was one big game against the Vikings where he threw 3 touchdowns in garbage time. So some of these things can be skewed a little bit. And this is per game, a -2.25 through the first 4 weeks for Jared Goff, +1 for Sam Darnold, +4 for Jordan Love. 3 touchdowns in 1 game, though, against the Vikings in garbage time where they still lost the game. But still, it counts for him. And Caleb Williams +1. Okay, so you can look through all those. As far as accuracy goes, it looks like Sam Darnold was the most accurate, then Jared Goff, then Caleb Williams, then Jordan Love. Let me show you weeks 5 through 7 now, how all this is including yesterday's game with the Packers, yesterday's game with the Lions and Vikings, and this shows a big tell about where this division is heading. Look at Jared Goff, his accuracy up to 87.2 weeks 5 through 7. Caleb Williams, 84.6, but Jordan Love, 76.5. And I've really enjoyed on this channel harping on him because last year he was 32nd in the league in accuracy. He was absolutely terrible. But look at him this year, coming up weeks 5 through 7. You look at weeks 1 through 4, just like last year, 69.6. That's one of the worst in the league. In fact, that was 32nd yet again. And now he brought it up the last couple of weeks to 76.5. And his turnover-worthy plays are down to 2.8. Even though he's leading the league in interceptions, he's taking care of the ball better. There's not as many bad passes as there were before. I am not in any position to want to hype up Jordan Love, but I'm going to be very realistic when the stats are in front of us. Look at NFL passer rating, 149.6 from Jared Goff, 129.2 from Caleb Williams, 104.8 from Jordan Love. The only negative here on this entire screen is Sam Darnold is way down the last couple weeks. The last 2 games for him, weeks 5 through 7, way down. The Vikings have not played well in those 2 games. In fact, they probably gave the game away more to the Lions than the Lions won it. I mean, that was a well-fought game. It was a good game. I'm not going to trash that game at all. It was a good game. Both teams played well on defense, especially. Defense ruled that game. Sam Darnold did not play well. Jared Goff played extremely well. One of his highest accuracy games again in the league. He has, out of the top 5 games of anybody, Caleb Williams has one of them. Now Jared Goff has 2 this year. So very solid play by Jared Goff. Nobody should be scoffing at Goff. Fourth quarter accuracy, +2, +1. No difference for Jordan Love in the 5th, 6th, and 7th weeks. And Caleb Williams +5. Really huge games the last couple against the Panthers and the Jaguars. So how have they changed from week 1 to 4 to 5 to 7? Look at how high everyone is playing better across the board. I mean, Jordan Love, even his fourth quarter down 4 per game this is a difference from weeks 1 to 4 and 5 through 7. So as the season's progressed, if you take out the one Vikings game that's an outlier, it's an anomaly because he had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter against them. That's why it looks worse weeks 5 through 7. It's not worse. He's played well. I mean, this last game last night, he didn't do anything special in the fourth quarter, but he also didn't turn the ball over in the fourth quarter like he usually does. Last year, he turned the ball over a league high with the game on the line. He led the league in turnovers with the game on the line. And you saw that in the Niners game in the playoffs too. But this year, he's not. He had 1 punt and 1 field goal in yesterday's game in the fourth quarter. That's all he had. So that's nothing negative. It's good, actually. So Jared Goff +4.25 he's really turned it on weeks 5 through 7, and so is Caleb Williams. Look at the difference in them, and it's phenomenal. NFL pass rating up 54 points, up 57 points. If this trend continues, if these guys keep playing this high of level of ball, 87% adjusted completions percentage, 84% adjusted, even for Jordan Love, 76 is really high for him. 129 NFL pass rating, 149, 104. If they keep playing that well and the defenses are all top half of the league, absolutely every team in the NFC North could make the playoffs. It's going to come down to when these guys play each other. And that's going to be really interesting to watch how this comes along as the season progresses. So how does it track? This is just overall passer grade, or not just passer, but offensive grade for these guys. So PFF's offensive grades, week 1 through 4 and 5 through 7. You can see Jared Goff was ranked 26 with a 58 grade. You guys know I love my 65 and above grades. He was ranked 9th, weeks 5 through 7 with a 77.6 grade. Sam Darnold went from 16th to 28th. Jordan Love 18th to 22nd. But that's more consistent than anything as far as his overall grade, which accounts for everything. It's not just their passing. Jordan Love's passing has obviously improved. But then Caleb Williams, first 4 weeks, a lot of naysayers and scrutinizers, 32nd in the league, 51.5. And then his last 3 weeks, 83.6. And it's a small sample size, but if the improvement's what you want to see, and if that improvement continues and these guys keep playing that well, this is going to be a tough division. It's going to be really tough. So I don't know who's going to win the division. I honestly don't. This is going to be a nail biter coming down to it. When you got the Lions with the best defense in the league right now, the Bears with the 4th best defense, the Vikings with the 9th, and the Packers with the 16th. and every quarterback is improving but the Vikings, I can realistically see the Vikings falling back a little bit, dropping some of these games and regressing back to the mean. They started out 5-0, which was not really realistic for their team, the way it was built, but you have a really good head coach, Kevin O'Connell. I can see him still ending 11-6, and if the Bears, Lions, and Packers are battling it out, and the winner of the division is at 13-4, and second and third is at 12-6, or 12-5, and then the Vikings are at 11-6 or 10-7, all four teams make the playoffs. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to put a poll up today, too. Do you think it's realistic that all four of these teams could make the playoffs? It would take the Niners or the Seahawks not making the playoffs. It would take the Eagles or the Commanders not making the playoffs. Someone's going to have to be left out if that happens. But right now, with these defenses and all four quarterbacks, well, three of the four quarterbacks really improving, but all four teams having really solid defenses, I don't know. I think it's possible. I think it's really, really possible that all four of these teams could make the playoffs, which would be historic. Let me know what you guys think, though. And until next time, Dabears.